Good day, all you beautiful people. This is Lucas Korf from the audio Bible called the Greater Than Audio Bible. I want to chat to you today about wonders. In Luke 8, verse 41 to 52, to me, one of the most amazing stories in the Bible about the wonders of God, about the wonder of His character, about the wonder of His essence and His being. We see how a man with the name of Jairus, however you want to pronounce that, comes to Jesus and he asks him to please come pray for his dying daughter. Now, he was a man that was not part of the Jewish culture. He was in opposition for the things Jesus was standing for, but yet risked everything because of the desire to see his daughter well. And when Jesus says to him, "I will go," and he starts following the man to his house, I love how sometimes divine interruptions become one of the most powerful wonders we can ever see, because suddenly in the crowd, while they are walking, someone touches Jesus on purpose. Now, what I mean by that is someone didn't just touch him accidentally or bumped into him or sort of rubbed shoulders with him because of the busy crowd. Someone came on purpose with an intention to download a wonder or a miracle from Jesus, and that was a woman with the issue of blood. And I also find it interesting that she had her issue of blood or her sickness for 12 years. So Jesus is on his way to pray for a 12-year dying girl, and someone with a sickness of 12 years touches the hem of his garment. And immediately Jesus stops and asked, "Who touched me?" Now, his disciples obviously looked at him and said, "Lord, but everyone's bumping into you." But Jesus said, "No, you don't understand. Someone touched me on purpose, and power left my body." So that lady came, and because of the sickness she had, she was not allowed in public places. So she also risked everything for her healing. And when she touched him, the power touched her. She got healed. She was exposed, and she thought, well, I'm healed now. I can die healed. And she wasn't afraid anymore. And Jesus said to her, "Your faith has made you well." At that point, someone comes up to Jesus, or to the Jairus, and says to him, "Your daughter is dead. Don't bother the teacher anymore." And that moment must have been a dramatic moment. I'm a daddy of 2 kids, and if someone comes up with that news, I don't even know how that will go down. But in this moment, Jesus takes him by the shoulder. I'm paraphrasing now. I'm trying to envision what Jesus would have done. Takes him by the shoulder, looks him in the eye, and says, "Only believe." And in that moment in time, that man was connected with destiny. He was connected with a source of life, and his faith was activated, and he stepped and he followed Jesus to the house. When they got there, the daughter was obviously dead, and they chased everybody out the room. Jesus prays for her. She's healed. There's a supernatural miracle. And yet, even in that place, a young girl that's raised from the dead, Jesus is so awesome that he asks that someone please bring her a zami. Please bring this girl something to eat. She's been dead. It's a dramatic experience for any 12-year-old. Please organize some food. That is the God we serve. We serve a God of miracles. We serve a God of wonders. He's into our lives. He's into our lives. He's into our every emotion. So I want to encourage you with this message today. No matter what you're going through, today Jesus says to you, only believe. And in those words spoken to you, may your faith activate. May there be supernatural increase in your life. And may your expectation of God just grow in leaps and bounds. Now let's read out of Luke 8, verse 41 to 52.
Now when Jesus returned, a crowd welcomed him, for they were all expecting him. Then a man named Jairus, a ruler of the synagogue, came and fell at the feet of Jesus, pleading with him to come to his house because his only daughter, a girl of about 12, was dying. As Jesus was on his way, the crowds almost crushed him, and a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years, but no one could heal her. She came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak, and immediately her bleeding stopped. "Who touched me?" Jesus asked. When they all denied it, Peter said, "Master, the people are crowding and pressing against you." But Jesus said, "Someone touched me. I know the power has gone out from me." Then the woman, seeing that she could not go unnoticed, came trembling and fell at his feet. In the presence of all the people, she told why she had touched him and how she had been instantly healed. Then he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace." While Jesus was still speaking, someone came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue ruler. "Your daughter is dead," he said. "Don't bother the teacher anymore." Hearing this, Jesus said to Jairus, "Don't be afraid. Just believe, and she will be healed." When he arrived at the house of Jairus, he did not let anyone go in with him except Peter, James, and John, and the child's father and mother. Meanwhile, all the people were weeping and mourning for her. "Stop weeping," Jesus said. "She is not dead, but asleep." They laughed at him, knowing that she was dead. But he took her by the hand and said, "My child, get up." Her spirit returned, and at once she stood up. Then Jesus told them to give her something to eat. Her parents were astonished, but he ordered them not to tell anyone what had happened.
It was great spending this time with you. It will also be great to connect with you, so please go to www.lucaskorf.com, and remember, love God, love people, love life, and live a life worthy of a legacy.